All right. Sorry for the long wait. I just had some real life stuff to do. Nothing bad. Just, yeah. Got caught up in stuff. So, anyway, Risk a Brain. Right in the middle of Mystery Skulls. I am glad to hear I have other skullheads out there. I can't even remember when I found them, but I have had them in my playlists for like ages. I feel like there was something I got back when like Last FM was a thing. Anyone remembers that? I know it's still around, but it was like bigger of a thing. And they would recommend really good music. They're still pretty good at doing that, I think. The animations. Oh, you mean the Oh, there are those animations. I think one of the first ones I found was the Mystery Skulls Money done as a like you know, not quite an animated music video. I mean, I guess it was technically. The one that was done to Ace Attorney. Yeah. Mystery Ben ones are great too, although I feel like, hasn't Mystery Ben been working on like the newest video for like 3 years now? Which, no offense, like, you know, it's hard friggin' work, and, you know, the animation's great, but I know it's been kind of in process for a long time. Was there a new one last year? Huh. I remember there were like little update videos, but I guess maybe I'm conflating, I guess last year does feel like it's been a fucking million years ago, so there's that. Oh, it was a one-off. Okay, maybe that's why I'm not remembering it as such. The song Higher. Okay, now I'm remembering it. I feel like they released a song, they released an album recently, Mystery Skulls, unless I'm misremembering that too. It might have been like a remake, or like a, sorry, a like greatest hits sort of remix album, or... That story was 5 years ago. Yeah, that's why I was thinking it's been a while. Engineer is. I like him, but he's so fucking weird to play. I forgot the bubble shield also affects my own bombs, which is kind of weird. Don't quite get what this compulsion actually does for me. The problem with having so many fucking items is, forget me. Yeah, that one's better. Where is the fucking teleporter? All the way around here. Maybe? No. Am I missing it? Ah. Oh, I see it. It's on the other side of that. Okay. Alright. Come on, let's mosey. Oh boy. Come on, fill her up. Regular. having a shower and I almost said having a shower and taking dinner. Well, yeah. Long Thanksgiving tomorrow. Totally understandable. Hope it's a good Thanksgiving. I know you mentioned some of the foods you were excited for, or at least that you were excited for. Maybe actually mentioned specific ones, but in any case, have a great Thanksgiving. To your granddaughter. Appreciate you as always. Good night. I should be live tomorrow night. Just as a general note, anyone who might be in stream. I'll be saying the later end of it, probably. I'm not going to rush to Thanksgiving or anything, but yeah, good eye out for that. Hey, Cold Wolf. Good to see you again, man. Yeah, I know you've been having issues with the internet and all that sort of stuff, so totally understand why you have not been around. Not that it really requires anything anyway, you know. It happens. How's it going? Just holding on. Fair enough. Still, I can't imagine how annoying that must be to not have like full access to all that. Especially for such a long time. Like, it seems ridiculous for them to get it in order. You have to update your PFP. Hell yeah. I mean, listen, if my PFP is anything to go off of, you know I'm excited about that for you. No, he's got talent. IP? Get out more and explore. Honestly, that's good. Like that's good in its own way too. Being forced to get out of your out of your element in some ways. Mainly gonna be YouTube PFP. Yeah, fair enough. You know, I hope he eventually chooses to, I mean, you know, I guess I hope he doesn't make me happy, but there's definitely a market to be had in, you know, kind of art that he makes, so if he so chooses, I think that would be something he'd be very good at. Also, you know, I know not everyone does, I mean, many people don't do art for that purpose, so I certainly wouldn't think that's the primary sort of reason for him either. Just in my mind, it's like, why the hell not? Like I said, I can say that from the perspective of someone who does photography and like has done it professionally and has enjoyed that. But obviously, photography was never the professional aspect of it to me. Always felt like a way to just like force myself to go out of my comfort zone with photography. You know, family business. Yeah, there's that too. Like obviously, real life, you know, time concerns. Like you don't want to promise people something and then not be able to deliver for whatever reason. Chef too. They're just generally talented, it seems like. I'm not sure I'd call myself a chef, but I do, I'm certainly not a chef professionally, but, I am a pretty regular cook. I've definitely considered, you know... Well, I've considered going to cooking school, not for a career, but to just learn the tips, like, the tricks of the trade. But yeah. The art is nothing's picking up. Ha ha ha. There are those good puns. It's a shame, you just missed pun and fun otter. Two of you could have gotten along. I'm like a little fan here. He's rough. Run your corner if I don't do the biohazard. Oh no. I'm sure you're. It can't be that bad. Unless it is, in which case I'm so sorry. Fun Otter. Oh yeah, no, Pun and Fun Otter, first of all, you know, good friend of the stream. Second of all, I mean, it is literally in the name, right? Half my cooldown and half my attack speed between tools. It doesn't seem too bad for this particular character. It sounds like very delicious food. Tasted like the smell of burnt eggs with a hint of cinnamon. I mean, that sounds like the description of a flavor of La Croix, so there's that. Supposed to be sugar. I mean, sugar cookies are pretty easy to fuck up. So I don't know. Listen, maybe I'm giving you too much credit. Maybe I'm not giving you enough credit. I don't know. I'm inclined to believe in the best about people. It's funny too, because I feel like some people are like very much like, oh, I prefer, you know, baking to cooking, because cooking, with baking you have like a very strict, you know, sort of rule set, whereas with cooking you have to kind of be a little more experimental. I found that with cooking, at least, you know, you can usually... With cooking, you can usually kind of figure stuff out on the fly. I fear I may have obliterated this build. Good day if you only get burnt once. Oh no. That just sounds more like clumsiness to me more than anything. And I say that's someone who is clumsy, so no judgment. And that's the thing too, like, if you enjoy it more than anything. As long as you're not, you know, hurting yourself too much. Damn, we're already here. That was quick. Good. Plus an NG. Yeah, listen, I wasn't thinking. I honestly didn't know what the item was, and that's probably why I picked it up. I haven't played this in a long, long time, and I just got all the DLCs, so... Also, welcome in. But yeah, I think picking that up might have been a run ruiner, so I can find recycler somewhere. I'm just waiting for the inevitable end at this point. As much as I hate to say it. Shit. Yeah, no. Oh, that was actually not intentional. What is this game? This is Risk of Rain. Well, like I said, that was kind of a dead run theme. This is Risk of Rain 2. It's roguelike. Risk of Rain 1 was like a really sort of formative, formative is the right word to use? Influential, I guess is the better word. Roguelike back in the days. And they made it to 3D. It actually survived the transition into 3D really well. And yeah, this is that. I haven't done Commando in a while. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, the standard formula of roguelikes of pick things up, get better items, get overpowered, shoot the enemies. Formula is, I mean, the formula seems kind of standard because it made the formula. Looks really cool. I think it's quite good. I was a big fan of the first one, and then I was the that as well. Yeah, I mean, I would almost certainly recommend it, I would say. Funnily enough, the one who got me back into this was my my ex-OT, who is a big fan of this game. I see if there's any, like, I see if there's any, whatchamacallit, disability settings here I can use. I do that a little bit. Let's see how that works. Never heard of it. So the most recent DLC just came out last week. Part of why I was, you know, it was back on my radar, and part of why I decided to get back into it. But the game itself, Spring 2, came out in 2019, I want to say. So yeah, I mean, it's not ancient, but it's technically a bit older. From before times. It is there is a quite good multiplayer on this game, but yeah, it's not like it's multiplayer co-op rather than like a battle royale type, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if people have tried to make some sort of mod for it to that effect. But you can also see in the top right, there's like a little difficulty meter. So the longer I sort of waste time, you know, mucking around here, the less time I have to, or the more difficult it gets. So like more enemies, more, what do you call it? Like, they have more special like features to them, like their elite types, and so on. Good time management, exactly. I do not. So I do not wind up doing well often enough. Turns out I will 1000% just putz around for parts of the as you can probably tell. But specifically, I'm looking to get a very particular, like, level progression, so I need to find this, like, power to activate to summon their exit. I'm trying to figure out how to describe that. Explore your own risk. Yes, exactly. I mean, more exploring means more items, and more items means you're stronger, but then also you can have to face stronger enemies, so, like, how many items is enough to basically do well while not getting fucked over by the increased difficulty? Yeah, no, the runs can get boring occasionally if you're, like, so overpowered that it's like, well, this is just almost a guaranteed win, and it gets so chaotic that it's, like, kind of just silly. But, that's relatively rare, at least at my level of, skill. As you're about to see, I'm probably going to die. Yep, there we go. And we played somewhat similar as Helldivers. I have not played Helldivers yet. I mean, from what I've seen of Helldivers, I could definitely see that. I wonder which run I want to do. My favorite is probably the Archer, so I might go with her once again. Although, Bandit is also fun. Okay, let's go Huntress. She's probably the one I'm the best with, apparently. Again, it's not saying much, but it is something. Goated game. Yeah, I was saying earlier, it's been ages since I've actually been into it, like gotten back into it. So I was convinced by the most recent DLC to hop back on. Yeah. Yeah, I just keep like intending to get it, and then I just don't want to justify the cost to myself or the other games I want. So I'll get it eventually once the stars align. Christ, am I really gonna play this shit with the Huntress today? This is what we're doing. Huntress is fun as fuck. Captain is also fun. I remember enjoying him quite a bit. I feel like I was there when he was first released. Maybe that's when I started playing. That's when I was playing him. That was like a thing, right? That wasn't. Did I unlock Drifter? I don't think so. But Drifter is the one that's like randomized, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like there's some sort of like randomized factor to it. If like you get temporary items or something along those lines. People. Oh, so it's just a character that's like, who's that enemy that always like collects all the shit? I think it's like the Hermit or something. One I remember more from the first game, I feel like. I also do need to get back to Returns at some point, because that was... I did not get nearly far enough into that. That was quite enjoyable. I'd also have a BRB coming up in about 2 minutes here, just FYI over the chat. I do feel pretty good about the start, and also the band. Okay, yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good. I need to find my double stack. I've been trying to go for what I believe is the Seekers of the Storm expansion. Wasn't good at Returns. I'm not good at any of them. I wish I was. There's some roguelikes I'm good at. Fortunately, like Gungeon, Enter the Gungeon is one I think I consider myself pretty good at. This is not one of them. Nor is, what was the other one I was thinking of? Spelunky. Would we love to be good at Spelunky? Alright, I'm gonna pop up that BRB soon, but I will be back in like 3 minutes from that. So stick around once I get started with that. Alright, I'll be back. Alrighty. Hearing some of the titles gave me nostalgia, like Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, Enter the Gungeon came on the radar relatively late, but I think that's one of the best ones out there. Like, Binding of Isaac obviously has its place in my heart. That's kind of my first roguelike, first proper roguelike, but Gungeon, I don't know, but it just has that special sauce. Like, I wish I could tell you what it is about it specifically, but it just hits right. Did the storm beckon this time, or no? Does the storm not always beckon? Jacksepticeye played it. I think I learned it through Vinesauce. I think a lot of people were playing, but he's the man of it. Bruh, where the hell is this, so jealous of this start. I've been hearing that from a number of people now. Shit, apparently I knew it was a decent start. I didn't realize it was as good as that. Also, hello, definitely the real Gary Oak. Welcome in. I am seeking out the pedestal. Have to pop off for real. Unless my just sheer lack of talent winds up destroying everything. Which is possible. Maybe I should just go for like a normal run this time rather than a special storm run. I'll give it like one more quick sweep and then we'll just go for it. I don't want to like waste too much time and wind up facing fucking difficulty. Did I get the new DLC? I did get the new DLC. That's part of the reason I jumped back into this after a number of years not playing it. Okay, well, let's go for a regular run then. Yeah, I had not played really any of the new DLCs. I had one of them, like the very earliest one, but I didn't have Seekers of the Swarm, and I didn't have well, I didn't have the newest one, obviously. So I'm pretty fresh to a lot of new content. So I remember back when Seekers of the Swarm came out originally and was like really maligned on. I know they've since apparently really improved it. Okay, that's great. See what I mean about like my sheer lack of talent maybe losing this for me? Far too close for comfort. Yeah, I was surprised to learn, I had looked at it recently, apparently have 300 hours in it. I don't know when the fuck that happened. I guess I played a lot more of it with my friends back then than I remember, but... I know 300's like baby numbers for a lot of the people playing this game, but it's more than I would have expected. Yeah, I had someone earlier in the stream call me out for taking a particular item as at the ATG, yeah. Someone called me out for picking up a, what was it called? It was like the light something. It was one of the blue items that essentially halves your attack speed, and I picked it up as the engineer. That was a stupid choice. They were correct. I didn't know what the fuck I was picking up. Problem with coming back into it after so long. I'm gonna take a slug because I don't have any healing items that I really care for right now. Oh yeah, lunars are fun as hell, but I probably should know them more before I risk taking one. The light flux thing, that's exactly what it was, yeah. Okay, huh? That wasn't supposed to happen, right? Thank you, Yelena. These little rat boys really do, pose an issue. You want that incinerator turn, so we're gonna wait for that. Like it's when I want more enemies to spawn that take a long frame break from it. There we go. Okay, now we can. don't know what the fuck they're feeding these, you know, the people who make the soundtracks for the rest of Rain games. They're all straight bangers. What is it, Christodaloo or something like that? Shit. Die with us in the background. I mean, I have a lot of practice for dying with us in the background from this game, so there's that. Learning by doing, I suppose. All of them except the new DLC, Stavros. Okay. I'm trying to figure out, like, if I've heard any of the new soundtrack yet. Because, again, I'm so clueless as to what's from what that, Oh, yes. What is it? Gimme. I think that's good. I feel like so far collapsing has usually worked in my favor, so. And Knucklewolf, no worries. Pleasure to have you. And I, you know, hope, hopefully your internet situation gets figured out sooner than they expect, but it's been a pleasure having you anyway, and look forward to when you're getting back to your own streaming. Delusional. Yeah, no, I feel I have a lot of Risk of Rain soundtrack on my, like, you know, go-to playlist anyway, so I have no excuse for not adding the new ones in. This could be fun. So many backup magazines. Go to the teleporter soon, don't worry. Bruh, can we not do this to me? I'm trying to show off to all my viewers. I can't be dying here out of nowhere. Another wandering vagrant? Why is it loving this boss for me right now? Because guess what? I don't. When this is grounded enemies, does it literally just mean enemies on the ground? Am I understanding that correctly? Oh shit! thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Tier 2, no less. Shit. Well, welcome in. I usually try to stream like mostly every day. Recently it's been a little less because I've been, you know, having real life stuff and having school stuff, but yeah, more or less I do as much as I can. At least, you know, 3-4 times a week, I would say. Usually around this time of night, a little earlier, probably, but yeah. It has been a lot of Screen 2 for now, and I fully intend on continuing with more of this, and I've also been doing some, call it, Chrono Trigger, so yeah. We have a lot of stuff going on here, but welcome in again. And if you would like to stay up to date with that stuff as well, feel free to give me a follow. Work gets in the way, yeah, fair enough. So thank you for the hydrate and the stretch redeem persona. It's definitely been... I get, like, so punched over playing this game. Or, as they call it in anatomy class, kyphosis. So the inflation rate in this universe is insane. Do I ever do games with my viewers? I can't say I have as of yet. To be totally honest, I feel like I just... How do I put it, I guess, like... I don't think I had enough regular viewers before this year for that to really be a factor. And then this year came, and I've just been, you know, slowly getting back into it after all my, like, health stuff, so... Not opposed to it, just haven't thought about it. It's really the answer to that question. But now that I'm, like, you know, in a place where that is, like, feasible, I definitely would consider it. I also don't know what that would look like, per se. Those soaring guitar riffs. her upper drone. So silly. What is this thing? Activate node? What do you mean node? It's supposed to be a new thing? Shit. For the new zones and bosses. Hell yeah, then I am definitely doing that. Unless I die. Be real fucking pointing at this point. I think I had activated it during a run last stream and then completely forgot about it. Virtual orb appears. Where is said virtual orb? Maybe it's by the normal teleporter. Which is where? There it is. Okay, looks like it's around there, yeah. Honestly, will the bundle of fireworks. Especially bundle of fireworks plus the healing thing here. This gives me a free set of nukes, and also healing at the same time. Also, why do I have a Blade Doom Shredder on top of me? Why do I have two of them on top of me? What the fuck is this nonsense? Alright, let me go to the new stuff, I guess. Ooh. Okay. I fuck with that. Does sound a little bit like the Ford, was it the Ford F-150 commercial music? Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Motherfucker. I would love to stop it jumping off this cliff. That would be great. Oh. Shit. This is absurd, but I keep falling into this. What do you mean? It sends into the abyss. That's the worst fucking chest I've ever seen. Jesus. Yeah, what the hell? Also wondering when all these new drones are from, because I don't recall them. Was there a good idea to summon this Holus? I don't know. Probably not. Whatever. lots of combats. Oh shit. What have I done? Did I just ruin my whole run? I believe I did. Cat and pen. I see, the thing is, I had in the back of my head, like, there's something about this that just feels wrong. I didn't listen to my heart. Well, I never did claim to be the best player at this. Keep kills me massive damage to 21 of those white items. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, Jesus. Oh well. I know for next time. Alright. But it's gonna be it for me today. Anyway, yeah, Shrine of Order, I feel like sometimes it works out real well, right? As long as you have like the right item. I forget, what does it pick in order to make that decision? Is it randomized, but then it keeps one item from each category and like gives you that many number of it? So if you have like 21 items in the white category, it will give you 21 white items of one item. But how does it decide what the item is? Is that's random, I guess? Okay. Gotcha. Womp. I needed a little growing pains to, you know, humble me. Granted, I was not going to get very far at that level either, in any case. Like, it was a good start. I don't think it ever got great. So, oh well. Anyway, let's find someone to go raid into. And, yeah, I should be live tomorrow. I might do some more Chrono Trigger then, I think. And then otherwise my week should be pretty normal. I don't think Friday I'll be streaming. Saturday I probably will. Sunday probably will. Monday probably not. So on and so forth. But yeah, my best thing's going to be here, either on Twitch or on my Blue Sky, where I have the rest of it. Yeah, thank you, Oak. And thank you once again for the tier 2 sub. I really appreciate that. And yeah, no, appreciate you being here. Right. So, let's pick some. Question is, what do I want to? Usually I try to find someone that's part of the VTuber creator club, but bear with me for a few minutes. Seems like a lot of people are doing Claire Obscura these days, which I assume is probably because of the whatchamacallit. the Game Awards. Yeah, thanks for being here, Persona, as always. Ooh, Astroneer. Yeah, let's go here. All right. Okay. See y'all soon. Have a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate. And otherwise, I will see y'all round tomorrow, most likely.